Have you ever considered joining a biker gang after watching The Serpents in Riverdale? Oh, we always feel like it every once in a while. Isn't it interesting to know how the gang coordinates? What goes on inside these clubs? Wearing matching jackets and symbolized rings? Doing some under-the-table business? You know, like a real Sons of Anarchy lifestyle. Okay, we understand how dangerous these people are, but look how cool they can sometimes be. Today's video will focus on history's top 10 hazardous biker gangs. This is CrimeFlicks, your #1 stop for crime stories. But before we get started, let's gather more information about what these biker gangs do. What kind of business do they deal with? How do they operate? Biker gangs are defined by law. Biker gangs are often displayed as outcasts in most TV shows and movies. Their lairs are usually on the outskirts of town. They have cool-looking bikes and tattoos, and often get into fights with other gangs and even with each other. This is a typical biker gang scene we will find in most movies. However, in reality, not all of that's true. These outcast motor gangs have a place in the United States law. The law defines these gangs as organizations whose members use their motorcycle clubs as conduits for criminal enterprise. The members of these groups have a ride-or-die kind of attitude and always have each other's back. The groups are highly structured and engage in various criminal activities such as violent crime, weapons trafficking, and even drug trafficking. Okay, now that you have a better idea about what a biker gang is and what they do, let's look at the top 10 most dangerous biker gangs in history. Number 1, the biker gang known as VAGOS. This biker gang belongs to the 60s, but its works are studied and feared even today. They were formed in San Bernardino in the state of California in the 1960s. The gang is recognized by their green-threaded jackets and patches depicting the Norse god Loki and their Astrida motorcycle. And we all know what Loki is. He's the god of mischief. If you're a Marvel fan, you'd know that. This biker gang is wanted in various states. It has about 24 cases in states like Arizona and Nevada, and an additional 3 in Mexico. Do you know what mischief the gang is wanted for? Well, VAGOS is at the center of multiple criminal investigations led by the FBI and ATF, which are government law enforcement agencies investigating cases involving alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. The biker gang VAGOS is wanted for manufacturing and trafficking or trading methamphetamine, a stimulant drug. That's some real-life Breaking Bad right there. The investigation of VAGOS crimes went down as the most significant investigation in the history of Southern California. This was a very extensive investigation, as 25 members of this gang were arrested and charged with various offenses in March of 2006. Although it's been years since the gang was dismantled, the team's cases are studied even today. Number 2, the Mongols biker gang. Before any speculations arrive, this gang, although named after Genghis Khan's Mongolian Empire, is far from its origin. These were active from the 1960s until 2008. Founded in East Los Angeles, this gang consisted of 800 members with around 70 chapters in the U.S., the majority being in California. Although a big gang, the Mongols weren't considered in the big 4 illegal biker gangs. Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. Although not so famous for their illegal activities, this gang did make its name during the 1980s gang battle. On one side, we had the Mongols, and on the other side as opponents, the biggest biker gang, Hells Angels. You'd be surprised to know that even though the Mongols were a small gang, they were pretty dominant and vicious and could take control over Southern California, excluding Hells Angels from the area. This gang ended in 2008 when 61 of its members were arrested for various crimes, including drug trafficking, racketeering, and even for murder in the cities of Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Number 3, the Pagans biker gang. This biker gang had different conduct than the rest of them. Founded in 1957, the gang was a specific group of people who had a say against the government. The gang wasn't into criminal or illegal activity until 1965. Controlling the East Coast, the Pagans got involved in criminal conduct such as drug trafficking, particularly in crystal meth, marijuana, and heroin. Moreover, the Pagans were also involved in offenses such as randomly attacking civilians, biker gang wars among the former members, and fights with other biker gangs. Number 4, the Free Souls biker gang. This organization was formed in the late 60s in Oregon. They were highly recognized for their unique patch, consisting of a motorcycle, rim, and tire. Adding to that, in the center was an Egyptian cross-shaped emblem. Maybe they wanted to make a fashion statement. Anyway, they were well known in Oregon, and this gang also had a case open in Vancouver, Canada. Not long since the organization started, 2 of its members were taken into the custody of officials and charged with several offenses. This was a crucial time for the gang as its fate was in danger. So what do you think about this? Well, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever new crime-related videos drop. Moving on to our next gang, and we're at number 5. It is the Outlaws. The Outlaws were like a parent gang and even an idol for some. It was the first and longest-running biker gang in the United States. The origins of this group can be traced back to 1935. However, in the 1950s, the gang underwent reorganization. This gang is one of the 4 significant biker gangs we discussed earlier in this video. They're known for many offenses such as murder and execution, like shootings, drug trafficking, money laundering, extortion of money from citizens or business owners. It goes on and on. The gang was even involved in gunfights and fire bombs. Wonder what the 5 other significant crews were up to? Well, let's find out. Number 6. The gang Bandidos, operating since 1966 in San Antonio, Texas. It's one of the most infamous gangs in the U.S. The gang's emblem was a Mexican with a gun in one hand and a machete in the other, all in cartoon form. That's a unique style, but don't get fooled. The cartoon and the gang it represents has about 90 chapters open throughout the U.S. and even out of the country in places such as Asia, Germany, and Australia. Number 7. The Warlocks. Founded in 1967 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this gang has cases worldwide, even outside of Pennsylvania. The gang rapidly expanded after the Vietnam War, making its way into the northern and southern parts of the U.S. and even Germany and England. Their emblem symbolizes the winged harpy from Greek mythology. The gang's president, Tommy ZAROFF, was arrested in 2008 on charges of having 10 pounds of methamphetamine. Even more Breaking Bad. Number 8. The Highwaymen. Founded in 1954 in Detroit, Michigan, the Highwaymen have left their mark in England and even Norway. Their emblem is a bat-like skeleton, and you can see it on their leather jacket and motorbike caps. They show off their gang in black and silver club colors. Number 9. I know you were waiting for this one. The Hells Angels. The Hells Angels were the longest-running biker gang in the history of the United States, and quite famous due to their involvement in most high-profile cases. The gang was claimed to have even been recruited by the Rolling Stones as their bodyguards. However, things went elsewhere during one of their concerts. And no, they didn't become band members instead of bodyguards. Sheesh. The band's ALTAMONT free concert at the ALTAMONT Speedway was scheduled to take place in December of 1969. However, during the concert, a man wielding a pistol was stabbed to death, which led to violence and panic in the audience. Due to its popularity, Hells Angels was a rival of many small and old biker gangs. Number 10. The Sons of Silence. Famously known as SOSMC, the Sons of Silence Motorcycle Club has its roots in Colorado. However, their control expands over to the Southwest and Rocky Mountain states. This club was founded in the 1960s in the town of Niwot in Colorado. However, the gang has been at war with the Outlaws ever since it began. The gang members have around 30 chapters across the United States and also have clubs in Germany, not so silent as their name suggests, I guess. Although being a small gang, the Sons of Silence have more numbers of rivals. This is due to their association with the Hells Angels. You see, the SOSMC and Hells Angels were allies. And now we've reached the end of our video. Went fast, didn't it? Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, remember to click the like button and then subscribe to CrimeFlicks. And we'll see you on the next one.